I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm Noah Lies K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.
Bro, I'ma just be honest. I feel like I make a video about the men's 100 coming up at the World Championship damn near every other day. And every time I make a video, somebody requests something else. They ask me, okay, you got the big three, Keishane, Oblique, and Noah. And they was asking me about the dynamic of them and how they're running. I was like, they're all running pretty decent. I'm gonna be honest, they're all running pretty decent. But a lot of people were asking me because there was a video that was posted about the scary triangle, if you will, between the three. And this is the video.
It's crazy how we're all talking about Noah versus Keishane in the World Championships. Meanwhile, we're leaving out probably one of the fastest people that's not even in the conversation, which is Oblique. All right. I'm not worried about Keishane as an American wanting an American win world championships because Keishane has shown to me he's still having issues with those last 30 minutes of the race. He's not able to maintain his gap that he built. Noah is still closing. If you go back and look at the last two times Keishane has raced Noah, from last year at the Olympics to now, he's closing the same. He can't keep his distance away from Noah. But if you look at the last two times Oblique has raced Noah, that's a different story. He jumps out on Noah and maintains that distance because Oblique was working on the weakest part of his race and doing 400s at the beginning of the year. Yes, he looks horrible. He's about to fall, but he's not practicing to be good at the 400. He's doing that to help his 100 out so he can have that speed, stamina, and maintain it, which he does very well. The issue with Oblique is he's afraid of Keishane. He has a mental block of Keishane. Every time he races Keishane, he doesn't run like that. But if you remove Keishane from the situation, Oblique looks like a god. He demolishes Noah both times. So it's funny. We have this type of love triangle, which is like really a fear triangle because Oblique is afraid of Keishane. Keishane is afraid of Noah. Noah is afraid of Oblique. So who's going to win?
I'm going to have to take into consideration when I'm making my predictions for Worlds next week. Because there was some accurate information in this video. There was some inaccurate information, but there was some pretty doggone accurate information in this video. See, the guy spoke about, now we've seen Oblique Seville. He's ran really well on a circuit this year. Now we know every time he shows up, he's fresh. He comes from Germany every time he races. He takes a month in between, go up there, then come back on a circuit to run. So, of course, he's going to look sharper than everybody. And Noah raced Keishane once. And when Noah raced Keishane, it kind of looks like the Olympic final. So it didn't look like the same Keishane as when he was racing in Jamaica against Oblique. And Oblique didn't look like the same Oblique when he was racing in Jamaica against Keishane. See, I always tell people that, I often damn near mention in every video, when it comes to track and field, there's two things that if you pay attention to, you will rarely ever go wrong. And that's history and patterns. So if you look at the history of patterns, like the guy in the video is like, yeah, Oblique is scared of Keishane and Keishane is scared of Noah. Because Oblique, he has really dominant wins and really dominant runs when Keishane is not in a race. When Keishane is in a race, because Oblique has never beaten Keishane in the last 3-4 years. So when Keishane is not in a race, Oblique just runs with a different type of bounce. He runs with a different type of swag. When Keishane races Oblique, he knows he's better than Oblique. He knows that, there's nothing Oblique can do. So he can damn near, he feel like, I can relax. And when he runs against Oblique, it's like, I'm relaxing. I ain't getting closed on in the end. So it's cool. But when Keishane raced Noah, Keishane is like a shell of himself. So it's really like a whole triangle going on. So it's gonna really be like everybody gonna damn near neutralize each other for real, or one gonna neutralize the other when it comes to the final. But it's gonna be who can perform in a championship final at their highest level. Because they seem like when they all together in finals, only one performs to the highest level. Now, individually in races, they all perform high individually, but the dynamic is always different. Shane performs his highest when a guy like Noah isn't there, and he's racing against guys he knows he's better than, like Oblique. Now, Shane is better than Noah, but something, I don't know if it's the mental part of the people say, Noah got a mental edge and this, and that. I don't know if it's that or what, but when he races Noah, he looks different. Like, that gap gets closed fast. Like, it doesn't matter how far Shane gets out, that gap gets closed fast. Like, it down there looked like he just stopped running at the end, like always. But when Noah's out the picture and it's Shane and Oblique, Shane is a beast. He's unstoppable. Be like, damn, he wasn't getting closed on in the end. He running 9.7, like, damn. But when Oblique is in a race with Shane, I don't know if Oblique be like, damn, Shane just be kicking my ass left and right. Like, I'm focused on Noah, but shit, Shane in this race, so I can't even run to my full potential. I think that's gonna be that. I think this is the dynamic in which we aren't paying attention to when we're making our predictions for the World Championships. I think this is something that we're disregarding. It's going to be not necessarily who can perform the best or their best, but who can just perform the best against these type of people. It seems like Oblique, he doesn't run his best when Shane is there. Well, Noah has ran his best in a race with Oblique, like a final race, but it seems like Shane doesn't run his best when Noah is there. So I don't know. Noah, he only ran 990 this year, but in that 990, the guy who's in 9.7 shape ran 987. So he beat him at the line. And no way it should have even been that close. So that just goes to show when these people race each other, there's just these interesting dynamics going on to where who gonna be able to do it in the championship? Who gonna be able to be the most composed? Not necessarily who's the fastest person, because really championships ain't never been about who's the fastest person. Because you often see guys with the fastest PRs never win for real. Look at Bromell in the 2020 Olympics. 976, fastest PR there. Didn't even make the final. Didn't even make the final. So it's really about who can keep their composure and who can remain a closer, because championships favor closers rather than starters. Favor finishers rather than starters. So who's going to be able to finish when a guy who you feel like is better than you or you ain't never got the best of is there? That's what it's going to boil down to. Who's going to be able to do it? I don't know. I'll do my predictions next week. I'll definitely do my predictions next week. Now, Shane should do it if he runs how we know he can run. But he's just proven too many times that, I don't know, man. Oblique should be able to do it if he runs how we know he can run. But it just seems like when he races certain people, I don't know, man. Noah should be able to do it because he's done it the past 2 championships. But, you know, he started his season later. I don't know, man. But one thing that I do know, at the end of the day is going to end. And that's the bottom line.
World champion of what?
World champion of what?
I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm no Elias K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.